Hi guys, here we are in Fireside Shopping Centre on the Mall today, and it's autumn. What I'm going to do is a lovely butternut squash soup. I'm actually going to make out of the seeds. I'm going to do kind of a wheaten bread top of those seeds. So I'm going to start off my wheaten bread first. Lovely recipe, very simple. What I have in here is self-raising flour, brown bread flour or coarse bread flour, baking powder and bicarbonate soda. Okay, that's going in there like that. You can also put in here either a bit of creme fraiche or butter. Either or works. Creme fraiche works really well, lightens it up, or you can use 60 grams of butter. As that's happening, I'm just going to kind of use your spoon like so. Mix that up. Dead easy. Wee pinch of salt in there. And at this stage here, now it's kind of combined, you can start using your hands and pick it up a wee bit like that. If you're doing butter, it's the same thing. No different whatsoever. A wee bit messy at the start, but it's good. I'm going to do 4 mini Wheaten loaves here. And I'll show you when my hands come out of here what I'm doing. I've got these lovely little tins like that. They're kind of a ½ pound tin, but I recommend you do this either in 2 pound tins or 2 1 pound tins. And also every time you cut the kind of cooking time back. So got that in. You can fire in a few seeds here if you want to. So I've got some sesame seeds, some butternut squash seeds and some pumpkin seeds in here. And then we've got our lovely buttermilk. Buttermilk is really important, by the way, everybody. This is what activates the bicarb and makes this work. So about 300 milliliters of buttermilk. Stop at that for a minute. Okay, we're going to gently move this because when you're working with flour, you have to be very careful that you don't overbeat the gluten in the flour. So this is telling me that it needs more buttermilk. Okay. Now more buttermilk in, and it goes. Another wee bit of buttermilk, and that's us done. It's just over 300 milliliters in there. As you can see, I'm not really mixing this hard and vigorous. I'm gonna be gentle with it, and it's nice and loose now. So, nice and loose, ready for the tin. What I've done with my tins already is, you can see into the tin there, everybody. I've oiled and seeded inside the tins. So, I'm gonna put my first mix of wheaten bread into here, right in the tin like that. 3/4 full, no more than that. About 3/4 full. And don't sculpt it, I call it sculpting it. Don't sculpt it, just get it in the tin. There it goes. A bit more. So you get 4 lovely wee loaves out of this. So easy, you can see how simple that was, how easy it is to make wheaten bread. So next thing we're going to do, we've got our lovely loaves here, we've got our seeds. I've mixed the seeds with a wee bit of, you can get up close if you want there, Ben, oats. Well, these little loaves are going to take about 20 to 25 minutes in that oven. Set the oven on 200 degrees. Actually going to set the oven up a wee bit, sitting at 190 at the moment. It bounces back up, I don't know why it does that. Try to go in. So 25 minutes, okay? So we'll give ourselves a bit of a tidy up here. Okay, so for the base of this soup, basically we have squash, okay, or you can use pumpkin if you have leftover pumpkin from Halloween. Got a wee onion here and you've got some garlic, okay? We're going to cut the onion down the middle first, simple as that. Take off the skin, outer layer of the skin. So, keep your breads nice and tidy. And then we're going to show you how to peel a squash. People struggle peeling squashes and pumpkins and stuff. They're not that hard once you get used to it. Loosen up our garlic. Take that wee end off the onion like that. Put your knife through. Take it across, like so. And then we're gonna I'm a rough chop on this. We're going to puree this soup anyway, so don't get too concerned how well or how bad you can chop. As long as it tastes delicious, that's the main thing. Come across, and then chop away. Okay, onion's done. You could use red onion if you want there, by the way, so don't panic if you're stuck at home. Of course, I picked the worst garlic in there. Change the garlic down, it's bad garlic. So, take that wee end off the garlic, take the skin off. Get yourself a little grater. I recommend, guys, that you don't buy that lazy garlic stuff because it's not really garlic, really. There's lots of additives in there and bits and pieces. Nothing beats a good clove of garlic. It goes a long way. I'm just going to re-grater. Grate the garlic. So. Taking minutes. Do that. Okay. Just put that with your onion. And basically what we're going to do now is we're going to take the seeds out of here. If you can see what I'm doing. So seeds coming through. Dead easy. That. With your fingers. Take the rest out. Just using your fingers. And then, of course, put those in the bin. Now, easiest way to cut these is basically cut them into kind of wedges first. So if you go down like that, the wedge, another 2 wedges, 4 wedges, run your knife hand flat like that, and underneath like that. People stand with potato peelers and stuff and try and peel them. Guys, it's pretty much impossible to do that. So you're going to run your knife, hand flat, see like that. Hello, how you doing?
No samples.
No samples, but we've got a wee box. You take a wee box with you. Give that to Ernie.
Did you know me here?
Do you remember me? Of course it is.
Ernie.
Yes, and tell me he to make your supper for you.
Thank you very much.
You give that to Ernie.
A lot of cream.
That's a wee gift from us.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, my lovely. So, all seems a bit messy here, but we'll get this out of the way. So we're going to get our squash cut down about that size. Smaller you cut the squash, the quicker it'll cook. That's the whole thing, you know, you don't want it to... Lisa, would you lift another 2 boxes out of here for me? Put this side. Okay, so that's all our prep done. We've got our squash ready, we've got our onion ready, and we've got our garlic. So that's ready to rock. And now all we have to do is cook. So we're actually now going to make the soup. We've got our prep done, we've got our spices here, we've got our lentils washed. So you're using red lentils, everybody. Make sure you wash your lentils first. You can either put butter in here or oil. I'm cutting back on the butter at the moment, myself and my own diet at home. So I'm just going to put a wee bit of veg oil in here. And we're going to bring it up to a nice heat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get our lovely onions, a wee bit of salt on the onions, a wee bit of garlic, and we're going to start off with our garlic and onions first. And there you go. And a spoon. We're going to saute them off for about 1.5 minutes until they're nice and soft. And after that we're going to put in, after that we're going to put in a tablespoon of curry powder. So I'm using a bit of garam masala here and a little bit of turmeric. Or you can use your own curry blend mix that you like. Whatever curry powder you would use at home, just use that. Worth a treat. So waiting for that to come up to some sort of a heat. I'm now smelling the curry. Smells amazing. Curry and garlic. The smells are fantastic. So next thing we're going to put in is our squash. And those are butternut squash. Coating it with all that lovely spice, all that curry. Cooking that out for about 3 minutes. I can smell like cumin, cinnamon, coriander, seeds. And you can stand back and let that cook out for about 3 minutes. So we've done our 2 or 3 minutes. The next thing we're going to add in here is our red lentils. So in goes our lentils. Wash them, soak them for about ½ an hour. That makes them a lot softer, everybody, okay? So make sure you wash them, make sure you soak them. And let's get these sauteed off. Now you want to get in there and see that, Ben? Maybe it's a lovely photo. Actually, you'll see all that lovely lentils and tip it up for you. Okay. Smells good. Smells good. Come back, I'll give you a box. So, cooking the lentils out for 2 or 3 minutes. Seems a long-winded kind of a soup, but it's not. Once you get this, when the tomatoes go in, it all becomes a lot easier. So next thing we're going to do here is we're going to add a bit of tomato puree, tomato paste. In it goes. It gives the soup a whole lot of body, by the way. Kind of gives a body to the soup. Make sure too, when you put that in, cook that out for about 1 minute. Work out it'll work out fine.
Well, this camera tells me right.
That's right. That's the truth.
What's what you packed in the bacon?
Oh, I can do anything. I can do them all. Yeah. So now we're going to add our tomatoes in. Chopped chopped tomatoes.
No fresh one.
Not using fresh for this. There's no need for it. No need for it.
Come near there.
And I'm ready to season now anyway. Just cook all these tomatoes out. And then we're going to start adding our stock. Just using a vegetable stock.
Is there garlic in it?
Garlic in this, curry, spices. Tomatoes, lentils.
What about the people that do cut sick of garlic?
It's just hard luck.
Do you take it?
Oh, if it's cooked, I don't like it raw. I detest it raw, but I love it cooked. Did you? So guys, we've got everything in here. Our tomatoes are in, our lentils are in. It's now brought to the boil and it's going to simmer for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I'm going to blend this with a hand blender. That's it. Our bread's in. And all we'll have to do at the end is I'm going to show you how to garnish this soup. Have the soup on, now we're going to blend it. It's best when you're blending that you don't move your wand about, you keep them in the same area. Kind of like that. So, soup's blended. The whole thing about making soup is, everybody, is when you're making soup, is the quicker you can make the soup, the better the soup's going to be, and the vitamins are going to stay in the veg. So all this kind of nonsense about keeping the soup taking over all day for 2 or 3 hours is, well, it's nonsense. It's nonsense, basically. When you go to a cafe and you see a big soup tureen with soup in it, and it's been taken over all day, that means all the vitamins are getting killed in the soup. Which is, sorry to break the bad news here, everybody, but I'm going to give this a wee taste here. It's lovely. I'm going to bring it to a boil. I'm going to put a tiny wee bit of pepper in there. Not much. Our wheaten bread is just nearly ready. And then I'm going to garnish this soup up for you. So I was always told this, whether it's true or not, to know the skill of a good chef is how they can make a soup. Because the soup is all about balance and how you balance your flavours. So if a chef makes you a rubbish soup, my crowd are going to tell me here if I made a rubbish soup. He's not much good of a chef, or she's not much good of a chef, but if they made a brilliant soup, they're usually a real good chef. So a wee bit of, I know, a bit of sour cream in the middle there. Some lovely pumpkin seeds in the middle. A herb that really works well with squash is sage. But sage is one of those herbs which you can kind of overdo. So be careful with it. A few wee bits of sage through there. And then if you really want to go to town with this, and it really works, it's a bit of pecorino cheese over the top. And then our little Wheaten's now ready from the oven. So there's your baby Wheaten there. Usually a bit hard to get out as soon as it comes straight from the oven, but we'll see what we can do here. Not too bad, Ben. Better leave them kind of a minute before you take them out, but this one seems okay. Rub it that side. Of course you wouldn't need all of that. Somebody might. There you go, everybody. That's your autumn butternut squash soup with spices and a little pumpkin seed wheaten bread. Thank you.